Good afternoon and welcome to this week's Craft and Chat. I'm Amanda Fowler. It's Tuesday the 17th of February 2026. Thank you so much if you're watching me live, and if you're watching the replay, thank you for taking the time out of your day to hang out with us. As always, probably 20 minutes or so of chit chat. And then I've got some crafting to do with some not yet released stamps. So, excuse me. So I'm very excited to show you those, mainly because they are forming the basis of my spring retreat this year. So I'll tell you all about that momentarily. Do let me know if the sound and light is good and where you are joining us from today. And in the great British tradition of talking about the weather, how's the weather wherever you are in the world? It's been sunny this morning. I'm not entirely sure what's going on, but it's been sunny. There has not been any rain yet this morning. So that's good. Okay, so Lorraine is here. Good morning. It's crazy o'clock in your world, Lorraine, isn't it? So good morning, early hours of the morning. Elizabeth's here. Hello. And Donna and Daphne. Donna's saying the weather has been nice and warm. So that's good. So my brain's trying to figure out which season you're going into. Are you in autumn now? That would make sense because we're in spring. You'll be in autumn. Sorry. I'm going to update you on my tickly cough and various other things in a minute. I think I'm falling apart this week. Still summer. Okay. Awesome, Donna. Well, that's good. We like still summer. So it's just past midnight with Lorraine. And Margaret's here. Hello, and saying hello to everyone from a chilly Oxfordshire. Yeah, chilly here too. I've got I'm going to see an awesome craft group about an hour north of where we are at the weekend. And every time I go and see them at this time in February, there's normally snow forecast. And of course, there's snow forecast for this week. Hopefully it'll be clear by the weekend. But the weather here has gone from rain and more rain and more rain to chilly. So there we go. So what do I have to tell you? I have lots of things to tell you. The first is, I don't know. And if you don't want Amanda's health update, just turn off for a minute. You guys know I've been coughing for forever. And this cough has been driving me and everyone crazy. And at the tail end of last year, I had all kinds of investigations. And it's actually acid. Who knew? But I have I now discover I have a hiatus hernia. But the cough is to do with acid being where it shouldn't be. So this is Amanda's public service announcement. There are things that I have had to help kind of, not have so much caffeine and that kind of stuff. So I, for years, have been drinking peppermint tea. And because, there's no caffeine in it and it's good for your tummy. And it's actually good. Lots of people have it if they have gut issues and all sorts of things. It's actually one of the worst things that you can have if you have too much acid, because it relaxes the valves. I didn't know this, and obviously I didn't know my cough was caused by acid, but I'm just letting everyone know. So I can no longer drink peppermint tea, which is kind of really sad. What's even more sad is I can only have 1 cup of coffee a day. Honestly, I don't even know how I'm surviving with 1 cup of coffee a day. I can drink tea because I have tea with milk, so that's kind of okay. But I am on the hunt for non-acidic hot beverages. So I haven't found a single fruit tea because they all have, or a lot of them have fruit or lemon or citrus in them. And they're really acid. And I've got little testing strips. It's very cool. So that's all out. All of my favorite bottle green juices, they're all too acidic. I can't drink chamomile because it tastes like grass. So all recommendations gratefully received. Okay, so that's my that's my first medical update. My second one is I've popped a rib. And last week when I was live last week, I had a pain under my right shoulder blade that by Thursday meant that I had pins and needles in my right hand coming down my arm in my right hand. Couldn't stamp. That's how disastrous it was. So I went to see the osteo and he confirmed I had indeed popped a rib, which is as painful as it sounds. So he, bless him, popped it back, but it was okay for a couple of days. And then it's obviously moved back again. So I'm going again tomorrow. But not being able to stamp is not good. But I think I'll be all right today. Oh, Donna, Milo, is that chocolate milk? So here's another thing. Chocolate's off my list too. No peppermint tea, no chocolate, no lemon anything. These are my favorite things in the whole world. Yeah, so chocolate. This is a public information announcement. So the peppermint tea and chocolate, what they do is they relax the valve at the top of your stomach. And while you would think that that's a good thing, what actually that does, in my case, is it allows the acid to come up. And obviously we don't want that, because hence the cough, and the long-term issues with that would be rubbish. And great suggestion, green tea any good? Green tea, I have tried it and it made me flush. Now, actually thinking about it, that could have been perimenopausal, I guess, actually. So I might give it a go. But somebody recommended white tea as well, because that's got even less acid than green tea. So that might be good. So yeah, so all suggestions gratefully received. Okay, so enough talking about medical issues. Honestly, I don't know if somebody comes here looking for some some crafting, and all they're going to get is Amanda bleating on about what's going wrong in her world. Let me show you something pretty that somebody made. Look at this. This is from one of my lovely team members, Yolanda. Obviously, you can tell what the card is celebrating. Ta-da! Now, this is actually the amazing washi tape. And I so avoided the washi tape in the catalogue. And we've now got two versions. So we've got a floral one and a leafy one. And I've been talking to lots of different people who want to know how to use the washi tape. And there's a stamp and a die bundle that goes with this one, which is the floral one. And I just couldn't fit it into my class schedule because it's all been a bit crackers, getting extra dates in and things. So if it stays in the catalogue, because we've got a big catalogue change at the beginning of May. If it stays, then I promise I'll do a class in the summer with the washi tape. But I can't fit anything in before then. It's not going to happen. But it is so cool, isn't it? Very cool. Then over the next few weeks, I just wanted to show you a few of the new kits. So every month I have an in-person class on a Saturday afternoon, and people can either work on their own projects or work on card making kits or scrapbook workshop kits. And we started last month. It was brilliant. We had a hoot. And as a consequence, I have lots of different kits and lots of samples. So I thought I would show you them just so that you can see them, because it's really hard, isn't it? We are so used to looking at things on screens, but they're like a static picture. No, it is a static picture. But when we've got a video, I don't know. I think we can kind of see it a bit better. So this kit is called Butterfly Garden. It's a card kit with, you make 9 cards, 3 each of the designs. It comes with an acrylic block and a Misty Moonlight. It's not going to focus, but Misty Moonlight ink pad. This is the stamp set. So you've got 3 sentiments and 2 butterflies. And what I do, here's a tip for you. What I do is, normally in the kit, there are embellishments or something that come in a little plastic baggie. So I trim down the sheet with the images of the stamps, and I put the stamps in there as well. And it just means then that they're kept together. And then these are the cards. So this is the first one, and these cards are printed, and this one you stamp the butterflies, and then you've got printed envelopes. So this one's green, and then obviously you've done stamping there. You've got this one, which is actually just a little bit of stamping there on the sentiment. And on the envelope. And then this one again. You've got the sentiment stamping and the envelope. But for me, what I do when I'm looking at the kits is, the kits are amazing because it's completely self-contained. You want a couple of hours just to craft and not have to get all your stuff out and not have to decide what you're going to make. You can just kind of follow on with the instructions. But this is one of the things that I look at really carefully, because if those stamps are going to be useful to me in my crafting world, then that's what tips the balance when I'm buying a kit. And butterflies, we all love butterflies, but I love these sentiments: sending you strength, always here for you, and thanks for being you. They're not overly sentimental, they're not overly flowery, which you can't be doing with, but they're just very clear sentiments, so they're really cool. So that's Butterfly Garden. In the UK, it's £23. And like I said, you get a little mini block, a mini ink pad, a block, the stamps, 9 cards and envelopes. Bargain. Donna's saying Milo is a malted drink. Oh, like Horlicks, but chocolatey. Yummy. Chai tea, yeah, Anne, I'm not a fan, sadly. I really wanted to be, but it was, yeah, no. So there we go. Lorraine saying she loves using the washi tape. It's amazing. Yeah. And I hadn't realized how much is on the roll. It is ridiculous that it's that there's just so much of it. So yeah, so I'm really hoping that it's going to stay in the catalogue. Chances are it won't, but you never know. Okay, so in the world of Stampin' Up right now, we've got mini catalogue running. In the UK still, we've got 3 options for product of the month: Painted Illusions, which is a paper pack; Fabulous Sayings, which is an amazing stamp set; and True Blue Florals. But if you want to place an order, will you please wait until tomorrow? Stampin' Up in the early hours of this morning told us we were having a free shipping 3 days, Wednesday, Thursday and Friday. And that's really exciting, apart from the fact that I placed my order yesterday. Darn. It's quite normal, really. I can almost guarantee that I've placed an order and the announcement comes through like 10 minutes later. It's just what it is. I might just have to put another order in. But yeah, so wait until Wednesday so that it actually works. And it's a £60 order, or €75 for my European friends. Obviously, for my South Pacific and my North American friends, your currencies will be different. So please hang on to place your order. Now, the other thing is, if you placed an order in January and you got bonus days coupons, make sure you use those as well. But be aware, what will happen is the bonus day coupons will take your order down. So if you've got a £60 order and you put your £4.50 bonus days coupon in, it'll go down to £55.50. Did my maths go right there? £55.50. So you'll need to put something else in to get it back up to the £60 to get your free shipping. Okay, it's always the same. Whenever we've got like a threshold to meet for a particular promotion, if you use a coupon like bonus days, or if you use your Stampin' Rewards, it will always take the total down. So you just have to add more product. That's not hardship, is it? Add more stuff. And if you think, oh, I don't need anything, you need Tombow glue, You need basic white cardstock. You need tear and tape. You need glue dots. You need envelopes. Get all the things. Afternoon, Mum. Pauline's here. Lorraine says that it happens to her as well. Thankfully, she needs a few things to top up. And Donna's saying her order's waiting at the post office for her to pick up tomorrow. Exactly. It's just one of those things. But it is good. I love a free shipping day. It's good. Okay, so the other thing that's happening in the Stampin' Up world at the moment is the joining offer to get the Stampin' Positioner. Now, I've done some videos. There are more videos coming, obviously, when I can stamp properly, because filming things is not really a plan at the moment. So it's amazing. Honestly, you need one of these. If you have not got a Stampin' Positioner tool, you need one. And why not get one for free? Why would you buy one when you could get one for free? So do message me if you want more information. But basically, the joining offer is £130 worth of products for £99. And you can pick any products. And I got a question from a new team member this week saying, can I really put stuff from the clearance rack in my starter kit order? Yes, absolutely you can. Why would you not? Why would you not order things that are in the reduced place? If they were on your list, then why not? So you can pick anything. And in actual fact, you can also pick stuff from here. This hasn't been released yet. But because demonstrators can pre-order, you can actually put those items in your order. And that will include this stamp set and die bundle, which is what I'm going to craft with now. So let me get the camera turned around and we will do a little bit of crafting. We're not going to be doing too much, but a little bit. And I want to talk to you about my retreat. So let me do that. And go there. Okay, move my chamois out of the way. Have a quick slurp. Okay, so first up, let me talk to you about my spring retreat. So this year, I'm running 3 retreats, a spring one, a summer one, and one at Christmas. They are made up of 3 classes, usually a class that has, I call them a stamper stack, but they're usually 10, 15, 20 cards, depending on the stamps and so on, as a group. Then there is always a special cards class. Think fun folds, lots of layers, die cuts, moving parts, that kind of thing. And then the third class is often home decor, gift packaging, boxes, bags, that kind of thing. And obviously, every retreat is different. This year, or this spring one, this is what we're using. So this is called Cutest Crew, and it has birds and dogs and cats. You've got flowers and butterflies, little footprints, really cute happy birthday, and just a hello. So glad we're friends. Have the best day. The stamp set itself is fabulous. The dies are incredible. So I've actually die cut all the dies to show you. So let's start here. So you've got 2 border dies. So these paw prints are for the cats and dogs. And this is just a lovely border. You've then got 3 each of the critters, and obviously that lemon lolly is not perfectly easy to see against the white, but you've got 3 birds, you've got 3 cats, and you've got 3 dogs. And if is that zooming in enough? Hang on. Let me bring it right up and then bring it down, see if it'll focus. It's actually got sort of etching for the eyes and the ears and the mouth. So not only are they little die cuts, but you've actually got interest on them as well. Then you've got butterflies. So that's 3 butterflies. And then you've got this floral image, which is die cut. And these are all the little flowers. So that's really cool. And then the 3 stamped images, you've actually got dies to cut those out. So quite often when I do a retreat, I just include the stamp set. This time I've included the bundle, so you get the stamps and the dies, basically because so many of these little elements are going to take center stage on the projects. Everybody needs their own set of dies to be able to die cut all of the things that they're going to need. So what I decided to do this time around was the first class. So like I said, there are 3 classes. The first class is going to be a watercoloring with pencils class. Now, I know you love watercoloring because I have done multiple watercoloring classes, but this is the last sort of one of the techniques. So we're going to be using watercolor pencils. So in the retreat pack this is the Stamping Up pack 1 of the watercolor pencils. And the reason I've picked this is because we've got primary colors. We've got red, blue, yellow. We've got green and orange and purple. And then we've got black, browns and grays. So it works beautifully for the little critters. So all of the information for the retreat is on my blog. I will link it in the description below as well. And booking is open right now. And what I always do is, because I have lots of team members and other demonstrators from the UK and around the world that want to take the retreat, you can either have the retreat with the full package with everything, or you can just take it as classes and a PDF. So that means that you'll get all the recordings and the PDFs, and you can attend the live sessions as well, if the timings work for you. So that is another option. Now, with my retreats, all of the 3 classes are recorded, but on the Saturday that the retreat runs, I have 2 Zooms, one in the morning and one in the afternoon. But the night before, we have a retreat eve. It started because I wanted to do like Christmas Eve, and we have fun on Zoom, and we do other we craft, and we play bingo, and we just have fun basically. So we do that on the Friday night as well. So I really would love if you want to join. It's the 20 something of April. I want to say the 28th. Don't hold me to that. But I know that booking closes around the 20th of March. So I would love you to join in. So let's see what we're going to do with this. We are going to start out with some lemon lolly. Let me move those out of the way, actually. Lemon lolly, daffodil, early espresso. We've got another layer. What else have I got? Oh, so I'm going to use blends today for colouring in. And there's my little birds. And the cute happy birthday. Okay, so what I'm going to do first up is get my stamping mat. And I'm going to stamp the birds all the way down. Now, I just want to say that would be so much easier using the stamping positioner tool because you can line it up and move it down. But because I know not everyone's got them, and I know that you can't actually buy it yet, which is really frustrating if you've decided you don't want to join, but you want one. So I'm hoping that Stampin' Up are going to release it fairly soon. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp it in daffodil on the lemon lolly. Isn't that cute? And I've stamped it in the middle-ish. And then I'm going to stamp 2 above and 2 below. And if you work that way, if you work from the middle, I don't know how well you can see that. If you work from the middle, you'll get your spacing even, but so much better to use your positioner. Okay, so I am going to stamp some of those for the inside. When I was doing this, I did try stamping it in lemon lolly, and it was just too pale. And then I stamped it in early espresso, and it was too dark. So I thought, well, let's give daffodil a go, and daffodil worked. Okay, so I am now going to do a little bit of colouring in. So what are the colours of blends that I've got? Daffodil, lemon lolly, and granny, I think. Yeah, granny apple green. Now I've used our standard ink, which means I can use my blends. I'm just going to squiggle a little bit along there. So my little birds are actually standing in grass. And then I'm going to start with my dark. And if ever you watch me colouring with blends, you will always see I start with my darkest colour. And then I blend out towards the lighter colours. And with this, I'm just kind of, I'm going to work on a graduated image. So So that's light. Yeah, so that was dark daffodil. I'm now going to add in light daffodil. And if I bring it up and show you, I am using the bullet tip, so the firm tip, and I'm going kind of over the colour that I've already done, and I'm just working in one direction. And what it does is it just pulls the ink and blends. Oh. And then I'm going to use Lemon Lolly and just work in one direction. So often when people are colouring with blends, they do this. They go backwards and forwards. And all that does is it moves the ink from here to here and back. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. And you don't want that. Okay, so I'm just going to use some Timid Tiger here. For the beaks. And with the magic of television, I've got a nice die cut. Isn't that cute? That's so cute. Oh, Ali's arrived. Hello, Ali. How you doing, lovely? Are you well? She's got this bundle but hasn't used it yet. You are honestly, once you start, you are not going to stop. So I've got this little image here. I am going to put my die cut pieces over one of the stamped images. And I'm going to put my happy birthday just there. Like so. And even though last week I said I'm going to bring some bling upstairs so that I can add bling to my projects. Have I done it? No. So to see the blinged version, which will probably be 3 gemstones. You will have to check out my blog. Thank you, Anne. Okay, so we are going to layer that onto a piece of early espresso. And we talk about this often, about not always stamping on white or vanilla. Stamp on a colour. You're going to see in a minute, I'm going to stamp on patterned paper. There we go. Thanks, Michelle. Actually, it's Michelle's 17th Stampin' Up birthday. She's a teenager. Awesome. Okay, so that's card number 1. So for the next card, I decided we were going to go bigger. So let me pop those away. So we're going to go bigger because I wanted to get the cats and the dogs onto this particular card. And actually thinking about it, what I need to do is do the birds as well, don't I? Okay. So let's let's just quickly deal with that. Let's just quickly deal with the birds. Because then all of the images are in the on the card. And I love the fact that these images are just really clean. They're just really straightforward lines. So it's not difficult to colour them in, even though they're quite small. And that was the thing when I was making my samples for the retreat. That was one of the things that was really important, because obviously, because we're going to be using watercolour pencils, I wanted to make sure that you could colour them in easily, which you can. Okay. Lovely. Oh, Elizabeth, thank you for that. Turmeric and ginger tea is low in acid. I'll report back. I've seen that. Okay, so we've got, that's for the inside. So early espresso again, this is balmy blue. And then this time I am using another new product. This is called Wood Grain Wonders, I think. It's a patterned paper. It's in the March online exclusives. So they're all launching on the 3rd of March. And it's one of the packs that's got 3 sheets of 4 designs. But half of the pack is this shade on one side. And then it's got different shades on the back. It's stunning, and you'll see when I'm stamping on it how awesome it is. So let me just get rid of that. So let's get the puppies. Look how cool they are. So we've got puppies. We've got the cats or the kittens. So the dogs have got flowers with them. The cats have got butterflies with them. And then I am going to put in the middle a happy birthday. And this is again from the Fabulous Sayings. There we go. Okay. So let's pop that all away. Move those stamps out of the way a little bit. Grab some grid paper. Just so that my blends don't go through onto my tabletop. And let's do a little bit of colouring in. So I have got a mountain of blends. A mountain of blends and one Stampin' Right marker. So Quite a few of my blends are getting to the end of their lifespan. They do run out and you have to replace them. And what I tend to do is I tend to wait until we have a new catalogue, and then I replace things at that point. So I'm just kind of hanging off at the moment. So we've got grey granite here. In a marker, and what I wanted to do was just use that really lightly just to ground everything, because you don't want your cats and your dogs to be kind of floating in midair. So that's sort of quite a light grey granite, and this is slightly darker. And I'm just kind of dotting a few little bits just to give it a little bit of depth. So it looks like they're not floating. So then obviously you can have all the fun. So because my card base is balmy blue and early espresso, and obviously we've got like the crumb cakeness here, what I wanted to do was to use sort of shades of blue and then browns and greys for the cats and the dogs. And then there is one dog, this dog here. There is one dog with his tongue sticking out. So I need to colour his tongue before I do anything, as otherwise I'll forget. So there we go. So that's used. And then I'm going to deal with the flowers. So we've got a little bit of the foliage. And the blue. Good night, Lorraine. Thank you for hanging out with us for so long already. I appreciate it. So late for you. And what I am going to do with these flowers is I'm going to add some gems on them. And the same, I'll be adding some gems onto the cats as well. And I'm not doing very much blending here. I'm basically using these as single colours. And it's easier when you're doing like little pieces like this. It's always easier if you do all of the bits are one colour and then do all of the bits that are the next colour. So for instance, on the dogs, you've got a couple of the dogs that have bandanas on or a little name tag. So I'm just colouring those in, and I'm just keeping the colour tones all the same. So it's all blues, different shades of blue, but all blue, because then tonally it looks right. Okay. So now we're going to colour in the cats and the dogs. So let's see. Let's start with the cat. And obviously, because you've got the pattern of the paper underneath and the colour of the paper underneath, it's actually going to affect the colour that this actually comes out. So do play around with it. And although that is quite flat, what I'm going to do now is just go over the edges and sort of the shady areas. So for the cat, it's going to be sort of round its tail and round its legs. So it just gives, even though I'm using the same color, when you layer the color, once you've laid it down and it's dried and then you go again, it will actually just keep getting deeper and deeper and deeper. So for this one, I'm going to give this one a little paws and ears and tail, all the same color, and then we'll add a different color. And you can make these puppies look however you want them to. Let's just see here. So this one's going to be different shades. And at the moment, I'm using the brush tip. I often use the bullet tip, but sometimes the brush tip works really well. There we go. So that's one. And again, I'm just going over the base and the ears, just to add in a bit more colour. And you'll be able to see, when I turn it over, you'll be able to see the shades of the colour coming through. So let's... Ooh, right, I can't use the brush tip on this one because it's like really... really floppy. So let's go with this one. There we go. Okay, let's go for a grey one now. And then you can do sort of patches as well. And you don't even have to, so for like that little dog there, you don't need to add any more colours. Let's go grey. Now, obviously, I'm using fairly natural colours for the cats and dogs, but you could go rainbow colours, you could go pinks and purples, oranges, stripes, whatever works for you. I'm giving this little chap a little patch over his eye. And I think what I need to do it's all gone quiet whilst I'm colouring, is use this granny apple green on the leaves and the flowers. I just need something a bit brighter. Oh, one more. One more cat colouring. I'll just give that cat some extra shading. Like so. Okay. So let me bring these up so you can see. You can see how easy they are to colour. Like I said, they are really simple shapes. They're not, sometimes when you're colouring in, it's not as relaxing as you would hope because the colours are the shapes are quite intricate, but this is really kind of straightforward. And what we're going to do is matte and layer this. So we've got the dogs at the top, the cats at the bottom. And the sentiment to go there in the middle. And then, as I said, for the other card, I'm actually going to add a bit of bling. And I might add a few brass butterflies on this, actually. I think that would look nice and tie in with the little butterflies. And maybe put some tiny rhinestones on the flowers. So these little flowers here. So we will see. So there you go. So both of these cards are flat. I mean, obviously I've put dimensionals on the birds, but basically they're flat cards. But the dimension is in the colouring. So I hope that that's given you a little bit of an insight into the Cutest Crew. Honestly, I adore this set. And I'm so thrilled to be able to showcase this in a retreat. Do let me know what you think. Do let me know if there's anything that you would like to see at a future Craft and Chat. Any particular products or any techniques or fun folds, let me know. Send me an email. Let me just put my email address up. I am sure that you know already. It's amanda@inspiringinking.com. And I will put it on the list. I have lots of things on the list already. But there is always an ongoing list. So please do let me know. Links to the blog post will go in the description below. I am so behind on my blog posts. So for those of you that are on my email list, or if you want to be on my email list, go to inspiringinking.com and sign up for my mailing list there. For the rest of the week, you're probably going to be getting an email every day so I can catch up with all of the blog posts from Craft and Chats that I've done over the past few weeks. All of the products that you've seen today can be purchased in my online store. That's a clickable link to, there, look, inspiringinking.com. However, Cutest Crew is not available until the 3rd of March. But if you register for my retreat, it'll be on the list for you to get yours. Okay, so let's just check the rest of the comments. Oh, thank you. Alice saying she loves them. Donna saying beautiful cards, really pretty cards, said Margaret, and very cute. Donna saying she agrees. It's a great bundle. Thanks. Thanks, I hope I am soon feeling better. Indeed. I'm sure I will when my rib goes back where it should be. That'd be really cool. All right, then. You take care of yourselves, everybody. I will be back here next week at 2:00, and I look forward to seeing you then. Take care. Goodbye.